Hello, welcome to Working Dragon Mystic, where we discuss real, metaphysical, and occult topics so that you can manifest real and tangible results in your life. Hello, everyone. I am Drake, and today we're going to be talking about the Goetic spirits. We're going to be continuing with that series. I do apologize. I know it has been a really long time since I filmed one. I did not realize how long until I was looking over some notes, and wow. Okay, I don't know how this one slipped through the cracks. So I'm actually going to start, I'll do one or two of them quickly to make up for it. Today we'll do one and give me a week or two and I'll have another one ready for you to go. Again, I do apologize for that. Today, however, we are on the 31st spirit of the Goetia, which is Foras, is how I've always heard it pronounced. Now, in appearance, we usually follow a nice little theme here: appearance, rankings, most common correspondences, areas they can help, those kinds of things, my personal experiences, as well as sigils. Okay, so bear with me as we go through this. Now, in the Goetia, when it comes to appearance, Foras is mentioned as appearing as a strong man in human shape. That is really what it says. That's it. Granted, that's more specific than some we've seen, but then that's still a little vaguer than others that we have seen. For me, it actually comes up about that. It is pretty much a strong individual in a human form of some kind. For me, it does come in the form of not like full-blown buffed Arnold Schwarzenegger strong, but more functional, combative, muscle strong. Think of a military individual or something like that. So something smaller than Arnold or The Rock, but still reasonably fit, functional, quick, and agile is how I've always seen him. Other people have seen him on the larger side, that is for sure. As to appearances beyond that, it seems to be very, very changing. And I've seen him in so many countless ways I couldn't even go to list them all. I've seen him with all variants of hair color. I've seen him bald. I've seen him with all variants of hair length. I've seen him in all variants of skin tones. So this is one that honestly, I think the reason the appearance was kept vague is because of how often he deviates and shifts, but they listed the core commonality of them, if that makes sense. Okay, next. Most used correspondence with this particular spirit of the Goetia is rank, president, metal, Mercury, planet, Mercury, color, orange, element, earth. Pretty straightforward there. Also, real quick before we do move on, if you're new to the channel and you enjoy this style of content, give us a like, hit the subscribe button, turn on notifications, and of course, share this with anyone that you know enjoys this kind of content. We are trying to grow the channel. We are trying to reach as many people as we can. Also, consider checking out workingdragonmystic.com, where you'll find our Working Dragon Mystic Locals community, where you can become a paid supporter of the channel. We are actually trying to get to the point where we are not beholden to any kind of ad revenue or anything, because it's a crazy world out there. So we want to make sure we have that freedom. And consider checking out the online school, also at workingdragonmystic.com. All the tabs are right there at the top. Check it out. The locals community, we have a ton of members-only content, including members-only live workshops where I teach classes, and members-only videos and more, okay? So consider checking us out over there. All right. Next, areas that Foras can help in, okay? Now, in the Goetia, the original purpose of Foras, I'm going to need a little coffee, can teach you about stones and plants, as well as teach you on ethics and logic. Pretty straightforward, pretty good on that, not going to complain. But what does that mean to the more modern person? Well, ethics and logic, I think we could all use a bit of that. Stones and plants, that could deal with herbology, that could do with seasonings, that can deal with stones, how it's cut, their magical uses, masonry work, it can deal with a lot of things. Now, some of the things that in modern times that I have found that Foras is actually very good at. And these are things that I've spoken with enough magicians about or tested myself that I would say, I'll put my stamp on it and say, yeah, this one will work, is cause a person who's lost interest in you to once more find interest in you. Okay. Now, this can be from a friendship level. This can be from a business level. Some people have used it in a romantic level, though I will say that though Foras will draw them back to you and open that door, you still got to maintain it, or they're just going to lose interest in you again. So if Foras does help you get in, a person reinvested in you, at least for a time that they show interest, be sure to do your part to get that on lockdown. Be a good business partner, be a good friend, whatever it may be that you've used Foras to help draw interest to you again. All right. Help recover lost or deteriorated skill. And this is one I've used, this one right here. There have been plenty of times in my life where I have fallen off the wagon in different training, different activities, and I became rusty and I needed to polish up that skill quickly. I have reached out to Foras on this on many occasions. And so far, I think all but the very first time, which was very early in my practice, so I'm pretty sure I'm the one that screwed up on that. He has absolutely helped me on this, whether it be working out, whether it be okay, this is kind of, I'm going to admit it. Video games. Have you ever played a video game, got used to the controls, put it down, come back, and you can't get back into the groove? I've used Foras to get that groove on the controller. Not gonna lie, I've done it. So it can be something important or silly. It works. Because I take spurts. I'll play video games, and then I'll go years without it and come back, and yeah. All right. Another one is help to understand the need of one close to you and show you how you can help to meet those needs. This one I've used. Okay, this one I have used. I'm going to say that. A lot of people know I'm a caring person. I'm a protective person, but I'm not what most people would consider an emotional person. Like, I'm a very logical person. So oftentimes I approach everything from a logical scenario, and I infuriate my friends sometimes because they'll be coming to me, they'll be talking to me, and I will do what I can to help them, but I do it in a way that it may not come across as caring or compassionate as I mean it, just because I'm so logically cold. Okay. Because of that, I actually do reach out to Foras a lot when it comes to helping people. I reach out to Foras in order to understand them better so that I can better approach it and what they need. Truth be told, a lot of times Foras is like, Drake, all they really need is you to sit and listen. Just nod your head, sip your coffee, and genuinely listen. Respond if they ask a question. Don't just tune them out. Listen intently, and you'll be surprised how far that goes. And try to consider that they're hurting or they're sad. And honestly, he's been an amazing person with helping me build that ability to connect with people in a way that normally is not my comfort zone, and understand what an individual needs. And this has been great over the years. It really has. Consider giving that one a try for sure. Aid to help hide your thoughts and feelings so those around you cannot read you or your plans. I've done this one. Actually, I use this one a lot when I am planning a big project or something, or when I have to go visit people I may not care for or don't trust. Honestly, family members come to mind, as do certain acquaintances. I will use this one to just... Now, I am a poker player. I can hide what's on my face, but energetically and whatnot, I will admit, it's a lot harder when I'm around people that I just detest, that just rub me the wrong way. Because honestly, in my head, I'm thinking how easy it would be just to jump up and hit them. So Foras is very helpful in those scenarios where I have to be a good Drake, even though I'd just rather hit the person. It allows those energetic emotions and whatnot to be picked up and mask the fact that, no, I'm going to strangle you. So it can help to hide business plans too and other things, but it is one of those things where there's many uses. Some people use this for gambling and poker, for example, to hide what you may be doing in the game. I've seen a lot of people use it in the gambling arena. So consider that as well. All right, next we have the sigil. So we'll go ahead and get that sigil up here on the screen, somewhere about here. There we go. All right, now you guys keep telling me you like to hear the uns. You like to have them, so we'll make sure that's also here on the screen when I go to pronounce it. And I do honestly think you guys are starting to get a jolly comical humor out of Southern uns, but that's okay. I don't mind it. We'll do our best. Ready? Here we go. Cayman va fa Foras. Cayman va fa Foras. Cayman v fa Foras. Cayman v fa Forest. Cayman v fa Forest. Cayman v fa Forest. Okay, you'll notice my pronunciation changed. This one I've heard it both ways, and for whatever reason, I don't really seem to gravitate one. I will switch between them. I meant to go with the Viva. And then I think I started with VFA instead of VIFA. But I'll flip back and forth anytime I've done this. I've never really been able to get a good solid lock on it. And hey, Mr. Cameraman, why are we not focused? There it goes. There it goes. Okay, sorry about that, folks. Camera's getting wonky. Boris, quit playing with my freaking camera. So there we go. Now, about my personal experiences with this one. This is an entity that I have worked with quite a bit. Most of it is around that learning to understand other people and how I can help them and how to avoid sometimes my rough around the edges personality type. Now, most of my friends who've known me for a really long time, they know me just as well as I know them, and they're honestly more comfortable with my rough personality type. It's the newer people that I have found that this is still where I use it, when people's just starting to get to know Drake. And that's not to say that I hide who I am. On any given day, I'm pretty blunt and raw with just how much of an asshole I can be, though it be a caring asshole. But that being said, I know that early in a new relationship or whatnot, when someone's already emotionally hurt, sad, feeling down or something like that, you may need that extra layer. It depends on the scenario. Now, I don't use this all the time because I do truly believe that there is certain situations that where bluntness is what is needed. And in those cases, that's the road I take. I'm good at that road. But in those cases that I've come to identify where it might not need to be so blunt, if I have time, I reach out to Foras to try and make sure I have that extra nudge one direction or the other on that. And like I said, when it comes to going around people a lot, I've used this at family reunions. I've used this at funerals and other places. And I know it sounds weird to use it at a funeral, but the people I know they're awful people in a lot of cases. In fact, I had to attend a funeral to literally be there to stop a fight. And because of that, you can pretty much guess that there's a lot of people that I personally wanted to beat the tar out of. But I had to be the professional. And I didn't want what I was thinking or feeling or anything to be a problem for any of the people there that I truly did care about, because there were a lot of people I truly cared about. And actually the person whose funeral it was, I had a great deal of respect for. So I wanted to uphold that as well. So reaching out to Foras to help kind of level and mask and let me be that nice little speck of professionalism there to prevent any oddities, while not letting them pick up on the fact that I kind of almost wanted them to start something just to give me a reason to punch them. But, you know, not that I condone violence, because I do believe that one should pursue a peaceful route whenever possible. Unfortunately, people don't always make it possible, but I do also fully condone self-defense in an aggressive manner. So that's me. Anyway, those are the main places that I've actually reached out and worked with this spirit. I've not actually reached out and worked with this spirit when it comes to stones and plants. I know a lot of magicians who have. They've gotten a lot of great results from it. One magician said, always make sure you're double checking your advice and your measurements, because oftentimes the advice that may be giving can work, but it has to be in the right concentrations. I can only guess that this is largely going toward herbalism and using herbs that, if not used correctly, can be deadly or harmful. Yes, actually it would be, because that person was actually working on something very specific to that at that time. Also, even with stones, follow safe practices. And I'm not going to go into details on that, but, play it smart, play it safe. But yeah, as far as the cooking and herb stuff, I've seen a lot of wonderful magicians who's used this and been able to tweak spice recipes and seasonings for different dishes. I cook a lot, but I've never done that one personally, but I have seen a lot of people have a lot of success with that. All right, so that's 31st Spirit of the Goetia for us. Pretty straightforward, pretty easy, pretty handy spirit to have, in my opinion. Honestly and truly, if the only ability that this particular spirit had was to help us understand others and how to help and how to best be there for them, hands down, I think that would be an invaluable trait. Because, ladies and gentlemen, we both know, men and women, we generally, not always, but generally tend to want to handle things differently, and we care. We do. We try to help, and sometimes in our help we make things worse because we're not on the same wavelength. We're not thinking about the same thing directly. Because I'm a big, let's get it fixed kind of guy. Let's do something about it. If you can't do anything about it, why are we worried about it? Whereas I've got a lot of friends where what they really want from me is just to sit and listen and be there with them. They want me to make the coffee, make a beverage, and sit and be there with them. They just want someone to vent to. That's why I've come to the conclusion, hey, you need someone to yell at, give me a call. I'm here. You can yell at me all day. I don't care. I understand. All right. So I think that right there alone would be an invaluable one. Not to say the other ones aren't really cool. They are really great. Okay. All right, everyone. I will see you in the next video. And again, consider checking us out over on Locals. You can find the local community at workingdragonmystic.com. You'll see the community tab. Consider supporting us there so that you can get access to monthly spell workings, a lot of supporter-only content, supporter-only live streams, and free workshops for the supporters that are taught live. Okay? We got a rune workshop coming up in the near future at the time of this recording. So if you're interested in runes, get on over there and consider supporting us. Okay, everyone, till next time, take care. Bye-bye.